Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey, welcome back, y'all, or welcome for the first time. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the show. To all my new listeners, new episodes drop every Friday. And to all of my day 1, 2, 96, 145, 250, right? Whatever week you came in and you decided to just keep listening, I so appreciate you. So, y'all, listen.
At the time of this recording,
this has been such a full weekend. So yesterday started off really, really interestingly because it was like I had a a celebration of life, So I had a celebration of life in the morning, and then I had a baby sprinkle. Did y'all know, side note, that apparently, because I literally just learned this yesterday, but apparently when you have a second or third or whatever child, right, it is no longer called a baby shower. It is called a baby sprinkle. Y'all might have knew this. Listen, this is like new information to me, or it could be just something new because my kids are like 21, 23, and 25. So like it's been decades. Wow, that is crazy. It's actually been decades ago since my kids were. That is wild. That is crazy. Okay. It's okay. It's fine. But that's just wild. But anyways, it's been a long time since I've had a baby shower of my own. And I don't know. I've never paid attention to if anyone had a second child or had one, but apparently it's called a baby sprinkle when you have the second and beyond children because you shouldn't need as much because, you know, you should have some stuff left over from whatever. But nevertheless, yeah, I had a celebration of life in the morning, had a baby sprinkle in the afternoon. And here's the thing, went from the celebration of life to the store because, okay, first of all, of course, I'm getting the baby shower stuff right before I go to the baby shower, right? Because that is who I am as a person sometimes. It's wild. Sometimes I'm a planner, and then sometimes I buy baby shower gifts right before I go to the baby shower, and I also buy the back to school bash backpack supplies that I committed to the day before the last day that you could bring them in, because there have been 3 Sundays that we could bring them. But of course, I'm waiting until the last day and the last minute to get it and just whatever. But nevertheless, went straight from the celebration of life. Now let's talk about that really quick. I've known this family for like almost 20 years, and there are 14 siblings. One of them passed away. And so it's really interesting because whenever I go to a celebration of life or a funeral or whatever, I always pay attention to how they speak about whoever has passed away. It's not like I'm intentionally trying to do that, but there's always something about the way that person lived their life that just really stands out to me. And one of the things that they all talked about with, his name is Jason, how just intentional he was in conversations and with his relationships with his siblings and stuff like that, and family and anyone he loved. Like he had a wife and 4 sons, and then obviously parents, a plethora of other family, right? So like, but just was very, very intentional. And that's something that has really just stood with me because it's kind of like, or stuck with me, whatever. Because it's like, I like to say that I'm intentional, and I do try to be intentional. But I also know that sometimes I allow like past pain to have me walk in basically like insecurity instead of freedom when it comes to relationships. And so what he said has just kind of stuck with me. Like, I need to be even that much more, take it up a notch, intentional with like the people in my life that I say, you are important and I want you to know you're important. Or maybe you already know, but I want to just double down on confirming in your heart that you're important to me. And so with that, this weekend has been so full because, okay, so yeah, I went from that to shopping to the baby shower, baby sprinkle, my bad. I was there until like 9 o'clock. Now, here's the thing. The baby sprinkle was an open house from 2 to 5. I got there after 3. And then the person who hosted it, because there were a lot of people there that go to my church, that I serve on creative team with and stuff like that. And the husband and wife, like the husband is the content team lead and like does videography and stuff. So like people who are in the video world of the creative team, like I'm going to interact with them kind of the most because like creative team has so many different areas. But when it comes to the marketing team, like those are the people that I lead and, you know, have the most relationship with typically, just not always, but typically. And so with that, like went to their baby shower when the baby sprinkle, whatever, when it ended, the person who hosted is the wife's cousin, but she's also on the worship team, have a pretty good relationship with her. So there ended up being like a group of like 4 of us women who like didn't leave until, well, not including her. So 3 of us that didn't leave until like 9 o'clock at night. Mind you, it ended at 5. So like the husband and wife, they done left and went home and whatnot. And we still there just hanging out, and then came home, like did some dishes and whatever. So then it's like, okay, that's a full day. Then today, now I am a marketing director at my church, if you're new. So like Sundays for me, I would go to church regardless. But Sundays for me, I don't just go to church at 9 or 11 or 10, depending on what campus I'm at. I'm there. It's a work day. So I need to be there for the director's meeting, which is an hour before church starts. And then after I take photos, because I typically take photos, maybe not every Sunday, but most Sundays and most events, I got to edit the photos. And so then after that, it's like I had a meeting and then had another marketing meeting a couple hours ago. Well, more than a couple hours, but whatever. It's been a full day. But today is also my friend's birthday, and they are going to be celebrating tonight, and I'm going to go. You know what I mean? And that's that intentionality, because I remember back in the day, I never didn't love people. But when there'd be a lot of back-to-back stuff and full days, I would sometimes miss out on stuff because I'm just like, bruh, it's a full day, it's whatever. Now, granted, I was in a different place with like how I handled my stress and how I handled whatever. So that may have factored into it. But yeah, like I have really grown in that area, and like being at that celebration of life and them just talking about how intentional he was, like it just really, really stood out to me. So now let's get into the Snatched 40s journey, right? Okay. I think I told y'all before I had started the 75 soft challenge. So there's so many things that are included in that challenge, but one of the things is working out every day, just once a day, because the 75 hard is actually two workouts a day, but 75 soft is just one. And so started that. I don't remember when I originally started it. And then when my sister got married the weekend of June 21st, I got off track just because of like being in the airport and whatever. And so it just got me off track for, I want to say like 2 or 3 days, maybe 3, because it was, yeah. And so then I was talking to a friend of mine about it who like they're doing 75 hard. So like we've kind of talked about it, and he was like, so you're going to start all over, right? I was just like, Okay, yeah. I mean, might as well, because there was this tension of like, dang, it's one thing if you miss a day, but to miss like multiple days, I really wasn't feeling that. And so since I have restarted, I have not missed any days. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I post either my Apple Watch picture of the workout or a screenshot of the, the fitness thing or whatever from my iPhone. So I don't miss, right? And here's the thing. Number one, listen, your girl is down a size. Yeah, so I did a little bit of clothes shopping this weekend, and was able to get sizes that were like, I got a couple dresses and just a few other things. And I was able to get clothes that are a size smaller. And I should have known, because when I bought my swimsuit, I had to buy a smaller size than what I thought, so that it actually like fit the way it should fit and was, yeah. And so, yeah, like there's that. But then there's also, I've just reached this place where I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to make it about a challenge. Like, I just know that I feel better and I sleep better and I handle stress better. And I just all the things when I work out every day. And sometimes I'm working out at 11 o'clock at night just to get in my workout for the day. And then there are days that I, go to the gym at like a normal time. So usually those days are like on a Sunday, or you know what I'm saying, a day like yesterday even I worked out later. I worked out later. So it just, regardless though, it's a non-negotiable for me to get in a workout. And so my policy is, as long as I start the workout before midnight, then it still counts for that day. And I don't make it a habit to be working out late at night, but it is what it is. On those days, I've made that choice based on whatever's going on. And then I'll sleep a little later, sleep till 7 or 8, because I really be trying to get up by like 6, right? But I'll sleep a little later to like make sure I'm getting in my sleep. But yeah, man. And then it's like, I don't know, people have been telling me, and even as I like am looking at myself as I'm recording, or when I look at like other little videos that I record that I post to my stories, it's like people have been telling me I have this just glow to me. And I don't know if it's because there's a friend of mine who's doing like this fitness challenge or whatever, trying to lose weight. And he posts a lot of videos. And one of the things he said he noticed is just improvement in his skin since losing weight. And like, he didn't think, that would be a thing. And I do notice that my skin is a lot softer. And I do notice that my face, it's not like I ever really had, a ton of acne on my face or whatever, but like my complexion overall just looks different. You know what I mean? And it could be because I'm drinking more water, because I am trying to be intentional about that. But I don't know. I just know I have just reached this place where I'm like, I'm getting older. And as I watch different older people with health struggles, and I mean like they can't walk the way they want to walk. And I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? And so I am just like, I know strength training helps. So I actually lift 6 days a week. And then there's 1 day a week that I don't do any strength training, but I still do a workout. So a lot of times it may be a walk or something like that. So active recovery, as they call it. I've also been trying to do more yoga and like stretching, just because these are the things that I'm hearing that are helpful. Like older people are saying, like people in their 70s, 80s or whatever are saying that they wish they would have started doing earlier. So I'm like, okay, I'm 45. Like I don't have any issues walking or any of that. I'm not as what am I trying to say? I do need to incorporate stretching more for sure, because I feel like I'm a lot tighter, or I don't know how the terminology is. I think it's tighter, or I don't know. I'm not as flexible, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, as I used to be like when I was younger, because I haven't like prioritized stretching. And so, yeah, I've been trying to incorporate that, like for sure once a week, but maybe like twice a week. And there's even just different like stretching stuff that are like 10 minutes that you could just add, that it's wild, because when I do it, I just feel so like, you know what I mean? Like, and so all of these things I've noticed that, because life still be lifing, you feel me? Like life ain't stopped lifing at all. But the way that I respond to it is different. And I'm just confident that, you know, working out is just really, really good for my mental health, and also having like rhythms in place, as far as like, I usually have a Sunday like reset day. So I'll like sweep and mop the whole house, because that's when Kayliana like is at work. And this is also because she works overnights right now. And then this is also like Zaire isn't here. And so like, you know, toddlers are going to drop food on the floor or whatever. And yeah, we sweep it up when it happens, but there's just something about that Sunday reset where I just sweep and mop the whole house. The kitchen, I'm a like pretty much stay on top of that throughout the week person, because I don't really do well with dirt and clutter and whatever. So like my house is typically pretty much like anybody could walk in at any time and it's going to be clean. But at the same time, there's that surface level cleaning, and then there's a like deeper cleaning that you do. And I clean my bathroom on Sundays too. So like even having stuff like that, it just makes me feel good. I'll throw on some jazz music while I'm doing it. I don't know why. I just seem to like that when I clean, and I'll just, you know, be in my little zone, and I'm the only one home and whatever. So like all of these things have been like super helpful just with my overall just mood and mental health, and just the way I handle stress. And I'm just happy that I'm finally at this place. And yes, of course, I love that I'm down a size, and I know that's just going to continue. And so then that's super encouraging, because it's like, okay, progress is actually happening. Because sometimes when you're looking at yourself every day, you can't tell. And there have been people that have told me that I look smaller. But again, when I'm looking at myself every day, I can't tell. And sometimes when we look at ourselves, or when we're like measuring progress, all we focus on is what we haven't accomplished yet. And that's why I'm really big on celebrating milestones when they happen. So like when I went shopping and I'm like, oh shoot, I was able to buy dresses that are a size smaller, like I'm going to celebrate that. And I even shared that, you know, on my social media. And here's the reason why, because people see me working out every day, right? That pay attention to my stories. So it's like, okay, yeah, she's actually really doing this, and she's actually like making progress and whatever. And then they can see like, it's not like, oh, I started doing this a week ago and now, no, I've been consistent. I mean, for like a month, probably at this point, a month straight. Now, mind you, I started before I fell off the first time, but we'll just say from when I started, it's been a month straight and I'm down a size. That's what's up. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in another month and another month and another month. And don't get me wrong, I'm not doing these like super intense workouts every day. Like I said, some days I just go for a walk. Some days I do different stuff in the house. And then other days I go to the gym. Now, CrossFit, yeah, that's going to be the more intense workouts, but I don't do that every day, but I do something every day. And that's what I always tell myself on the days where I'm like, bruh, I don't even really feel like working out, but I know I'm going to regret if I don't, because I have committed to myself. I am the only one holding me accountable to do this. So I have committed to myself that I have a goal. I know what I need to do to get to that goal. So I'm going to work out every day, because now it's just beyond the goal. Now it's like, ooh, I feel good and there's those benefits. But it's like, those are the days I may do a shorter workout, or those are the days that I may do like a less intense cardio workout. Because I usually try to do, when I work out at home, I usually try to do strength training and some sort of cardio. And there's like so many different variations of like how you can do cardio. And those are the days where I may just be like, all right, I'm going to do something that's even lower impact, but at least I'm doing it. Or that might be the day that I have more yoga incorporated, because there's just like, I have different playlists and just different videos, and I'll just put together something that's like, this is my today's workout playlist. And yeah, so that is what I have for y'all. Like I said, it's been a really full weekend, celebrating life. That's wild. That's wild because, okay, we celebrated the life of someone who's no longer here yesterday, right? That's how I started my day. Then ended yesterday with celebrating new life that hasn't got here yet because they're pregnant. And then today I'm celebrating somebody's birthday. That's just very interesting. And when things are like that and they stand out to me like that, yeah, that's wild that this weekend has been basically just celebrating life in different ways. And yeah, so that's what I have for y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Be healthy in your relationships, y'all. I will leave you with this on that regard. If you, and I had to tell myself this earlier, if you are believing the worst about a situation or about a person who has never shown you that you should believe the worst about them, and you're believing the worst based on past pain and past relational challenges, then you're not walking in freedom, and you actually need to do some more healing, because it's actually causing you to like walk in insecurity in that relationship. And then you're holding back the love that you really do want to show that person, right? But you're scared to. So that is my like challenge to y'all. It's something I'm trying to be more intentional about too. And yeah, so I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for...